I talked about Jamie's dreams, and her dreams were about her boyfriend. She dreamt of her first boyfriend. And she's in a relationship now, and she's at that point of like, do I want to continue in this relationship or not? And so the dreams that she's having about her first boyfriend are really a reflection on this relationship. And I had wanted to cover 2 dreams on the show, but we ran out of time. Here's her second dream. She says, I was in an older house with dark wood. Frank was there and asked me if I'd found someone. I said, well, I'm dating someone. He said, yeah, my sister said you wouldn't have any trouble finding someone. And I asked, your sister Angie? He said, no, that's Terry's sister. And I said, oh, that's right. I don't think I recall your sister. I was glad I was able to tell him I was dating someone because I know he would have asked me out otherwise. Frank had on a sweater over a polo shirt. That's the dream. Now, I left out some names, the surname of Frank and the surname of Terry, and they're both leadership names, like if they're leaders in history that you would know well. I didn't give the names because it'll tell us who the dreamer is. What do we see in this dream? I was in an old house with dark wood, so we know some sort of elimination system issue there because of the wood. We're going to skip that. Frank was there and asked me if I had found someone. So all these dreams are about her being Frank, her being herself in the relationship, not changing to please anybody or not changing because of anybody. She said she's dating someone. He said, yeah, my sister. So why all this thing about the sisters and trying to find the actual sister? Well, Jamie needs to work on her feminine energy. And so the sisters represent that, especially not knowing which sister. Like, who are we really talking about here? And so is it this woman or this woman or this woman? And so it's all about Jamie needing to discover her own feminine side and get in touch with that. Because when she does that, like the dream says, she's going to have no trouble whatsoever. And that's what she wants, no trouble whatsoever. Feminine side is the way to that. Then we have, I was glad I was able to tell him I was dating someone because I know he would have asked me out otherwise. So this was an easy conversation. I was asking Jamie about it, what's going on there. And she said he would never have interested her. He never did ask her out or anything like that. But it brought up a topic that is very true for women when they're teenagers and a little bit older, going through school. And this just does not happen in a man's world. It doesn't happen to men. But if a guy asks a teenager out, a teenage boy asks a teenage girl out, and she rejects him, the guy, because he's not used to hormones, could take it really badly and frequently will, and say horrible things about the person or just get that at them in some other way because they're rejected. Now, that does not happen when you're older. If you ask a guy out or a guy asks you out and you say no, and he turns into a jerk, his mates will get onto him. His male friends will sort him out. So men get over that. We do grow, we mature eventually. It just takes some time. The batteries in our Xbox have to run out first, basically. But we do it. So it isn't an issue for her now at this age, but it was an issue before. And I bet any woman listening to the show could think about this, that you have to be considerate of, I have to let this guy down gently because of his reaction. So in other words, I can't be myself. I can't just say, look, Frank, I would rather not. Even the classic cliche of let's just stay friends, that's letting somebody down gently. But this is an issue, or revealed the issue for Jamie, that when it comes to relationships, she still isn't able to be herself, and she needs to be herself because she's living in a different era now. She doesn't need to protect herself by changing and not being truthful. And of course, it's not about hurting people. It's right to let Frank down gently. But the point of the dream is to show to her how much past relationships and past, like even not going out with somebody, still impacts her today, because this dream brings it up all these years later in her life. So there we go. It's interesting. We always think, oh no, past relationships aren't affecting me. We hope it. But they do, and they always do, and we do something about it to heal them. Thank you for watching this clip from the Dream Interpretation Podcast. If you want to hear the whole show, there's a link directly under this video. Please like and share with your friends, all of your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast at thedreaminterpretationpodcast.com. That's also where you can submit your dream to the show and have yours featured. You can also download my free dictionary that has thousands of symbols that will help you understand the meaning of your dreams. Thanks for listening.